Okay, so for me, I think Young Thug is either a genius or his engineer is a genius because he's literally because what they did change. I think it changed like music. You know,
Right.
What's your take on technically Young Thug's like music and his like influence on the industry?
I would say between his mixing engineer and himself, their goal was to take whatever is in his head and put it on a platform that you can listen to, something tangible. Whether it was on a phone or streaming through music, but sonically it's very impressive. I definitely like a lot of Young Thug's music because it's very diverse. And from a mixing engineer standpoint, it's put together very, very well. And it does have a lot of different effects on it and stuff like that because people don't talk the way his songs are. So at the end of the day, there is some type of element that you have to add to his voice in order to get that specific sound. But sonically, I think it's very impressive. Plus, the latter part of it is the mastering part, which is another standpoint of putting together a record.
Do you think that like he works with a bunch of people, or do you think it's the same people and they've kind of grown together and they understand that process, or like how do you think?
I would definitely think he should stick with the same engineer, especially if you're going for a specific sound. Producers back in the day, they would go to Quincy Jones for a specific sound. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson had his artists or had his producers, specific producers, for specific records because they give that sound. Just like Pharrell, Timbaland, any producers out there, people go to them because they know that's a Pharrell sound. They know that's a Timbaland sound. They know that's a, anybody sound, even old school hip hop. Those hip hop producers, that's their sound. That's their signature. So they go to them specifically for that sound. So for an artist, if you want a specific sound, seek out an engineer and kind of attach yourself with them and grow with them.
What are some things that maybe if somebody didn't have money that they could, try to trade with the engineer, like maybe help promote them, or what would you say from your viewpoint?
I've done that in the past as well. There's many ways. I'll just say this: nothing's ever free. You always gotta. I wouldn't recommend anybody, to work for free. Just like I was watching this thing not too long ago by Tony Maserati, and you gotta have some type of foot in the door with that person to say, hey, I understand you don't have a lot of money, but how can you help me and I help you? It has to be some sort of trade-off. But the main purpose of what you was talking about was, to trade something. Like you said, you can help market them. If I do something for you for free, quote unquote, send me 5 people that's going to be paying. You know what I mean? So I can get that. Here in my studio, in Noiseworks Studio, I still have rent to pay. I still have bills to pay in this place. I still have a life to live. If I give everybody that walks in the door something for free, this door's going to be shut within a month. You know what I mean? So I would tell you it has to be some sort of trade-off, whether it's credits. Put me on as, if I produced a record, like if I did some of the production on a record, put me on as executive producer to get the credit or the notoriety later on, saying, hey, let's put this on paper. If I make money on this record, you'll get this percent later on. And, if you don't like my mix and you just want to use it later on or something like that, or not use it later on, but, something to the fact where my time, give me something later. I don't care if it's 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year. Give me something. $200, something, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For my time, and that's all I ask for.
Hey, thanks for checking out this video. The real point of Artists Up Next is to challenge you to work with us to get you 1,000 fans over this next year. Yeah, 1,000 people buying, listening, and telling the whole world about what it is that you're doing. Are you up for it? The choice is pretty clear. You can click the link below this video and start on the process of taking over the world, getting your music heard, and making your dreams a reality. Or you can continue running around in circles and living a boring life. The choice is pretty simple. Click the link below and make your dreams become a reality. Let's get to work. We'll talk to you soon.